Sweeping. In today's video, I'm going to give you some more tips. As I've already done a video on sweep picking, but that's more how to do it. Now I'm going to give you some tips and exercises on how to get better and how to actually master sweep picking. Sweeping refers to the motion of your pick as it's, well, sweeping across all of your strings on the guitar. Sweeping motion. So that brings me on very nicely to the first point which I'm going to make, and that is don't pick the notes individually, like so. That isn't sweeping. You want to make sure you're getting the actual fluidity in the motion. It's one motion, not multiple different picks. So if you're first starting out, you might just want to go super slowly with a metronome, just to get used to the fluid motion. The one motion. Because it is very different to alternate picking and down picking. Not too different to economy picking, because obviously that's like if alternate and sweep picking had a child, because you have the alternate and you have the economy, which is the sweep. So just make sure you're getting one fluid motion instead of doing picking them individually, or even alternate picking, which is going to be really weird. Yeah, don't do that. Just practice very slowly, one fluid motion, because that is the basis of sweep picking. Now the second point I'm going to make is going to help with that fluidity and actually going through and sweeping the strings, and that is pick slanting. So if I'm attacking it with my pick perfectly parallel like that to the string, it's going to have a lot of resistance against it. And I suppose you can hear it as well. It's very much pushing through and attacking the string instead of moving through the strings. I actually have to like forcefully push through the string. So what I suggest is using pick slanting, which is just going like so with the pick. So instead of being parallel, your edge of your pick, that edge, the rounded off edge, is on the string like that. So you have a much fluid motion, more fluid motion. Another point, which is sort of with pick slanting, comes into it very nicely, is that the direction or the actual slant of your pick as well, in a different direction, is going to be affected by the direction of your pick. And what I mean by this, so say for instance I'm doing a downstroke, like that. Even though I am pick slanting, and I have my rounded edge of my pick going through, not against a string, there's still a little bit of resistance. So what I can do is I can just relax my wrist a little bit and let the strings take my pick. Just a little bit. Not so much as flying at my hands, obviously, but just so it's tilting my hand a little bit that way, so that I can have my pick go even more through rather than against. And the same with going up. If I just tilt my wrist like this, then more of the rounded edge of my pick is going to go through, not against. So you see my hand is moving with the direction of my pick is moving. And one last thing which I kind of mentioned in the pick slanting is keep your pick loose. What I mean by this is literally, quite literally, stop death gripping your pick, because that is, even though I'm doing it with pick slanting and I have the rounded edge of my pick, it's still incredibly resistive. So what I can do is I can just let go of my pick a little bit and let it glide through the strings, so it's got a little bit more freedom instead of death gripping it, so it also sounds quite bad. So with all of this combined, we had this before, I hope you can hear it, and with everything I've just told you, we now have this. Much less resistance than that. So now that we understand how to get the sweeping motion, now we can put it into practice with some drills I'm going to give you, which are also going to help your left hand get used to the motion as well, and help synchronize your left hand and your right hand picking hand, which is in fact another benefit of sweep picking. Not only does it look and sound incredibly cool, but, and it's also really fun to play, but it really helps with synchronizing your left and right hand, because obviously one knows. So that can help with anything really guitar related. So definitely practice sweep picking, definitely have it in your bag. So now on to the practice drills. This first one is going to be very, very long-winded, so do bear with while I explain the shapes and the motion to pick. So it's going to sound like this. So that first shape we have is going to be this. And it's going to be 12, 15, 14, 12, 13, 12, 15. And every single shape is played twice, up and down. And the second shape is going to be this. And this is going to be 10, 14, 12, 12, 12, 10, 15. And it's very important when doing this, the bar, they are rolling your middle finger so you can mute the string you played before. Very muted. To make it sound a lot more clean, because you want it clean because it will sound much, much better. And the third shape is going to be this. Now be 8, 12, 10, 9, 10, 8, 12. And the final shape for that first section of it is going to be this. Which is going to be 7, 11, 9, 9, 9, 7, 12. That's a pretty big reach. There is a much larger reach in a minute, which is going to suck. If you're new to it, if you don't have like very stretchy hands, you're going to hate it. But it's good to practice stretching. But that's the first section. And all of that is sort of repeated in the next section. It's the same shapes apart from one, which sounds fun. It's this one. We'll get to that in a minute. So the first shape of the second section is, which is just 5, 8, 7, 5, 6, 5, 8. This will be the second shape of the second section. And that's the horrible stretch I was talking about. So that'll be 3, 7, 5, 5, 5, 3, 8. And the third shape will be, even that's a pretty horrible stretch. Not as bad as the 3, 8 though. And that'll be 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, first, 5th. And you go back up to the 7th, and you do that same shape we did in the first section. And that will be again 7, 11, 9, 9, 9, 7, 12. So now I'm going to go through it slowly so you can play along with me if you like. If you don't, then please do stick around because we have some more drills which are going to benefit you a lot. So now we're going to go through the drill in 50 BPM. Now for this next drill, we're going to be practicing using hammer-ons and pull-offs while sweeping, which can be very, very effective and very, very fun thing to do, and could be a cool thing to throw into some of your solos as well to make it sound pretty cool and feel ridiculously hard for people to learn. And for us, we're going to be using a C7 flat 5 scale, and I'll show you that in a minute, which will explain why I'm using it. But the chord, if you're interested, is going to be 8 on the E, 8 on the D string, and 9 on GB. As a chord, and the scale will be 8, 7, 11, 8, 10, 9, 9, 10, 8, 12. The reason I chose a scale is because obviously it's sweeping, so we have some notes which only have, or some strings which only have one note on them, for instance, and then also have only 2 on the rest of them. And the picking will be down, down, hammer on, down, hammer on, down, down, hammer on, down, hammer on. Then you have decision, pick, pull off, or just pull off. I'm going to do pick, pull off. So, up, pull off, up, pull off, up, up, pull off, up, pull off, up. So once more, down, up, down, hammer on, down, hammer on, down, down, hammer on, down, hammer on, up, pull off, up, pull off, up, pull off, up, pull off, up. Obviously the hammer-ons are much easier than the pull-offs, which is annoying for one. So now I'm going to go through the demonstration which you can play along to, and we will be playing it at 40 BPM, so very slow. So that is the end of the video of sweep picking. I hope you have found it useful and enjoyed the video, and I hope that you enjoy these exercises that I've showed you. If you did and you found it useful, then please like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated, and go check out my other videos on ultimate picking, economy picking, my other videos on guitar technique, and I will see you in the next one.